The members of the Board of Trustees who honor Horace Mann School each day through their dedication to this wonderful school. The presence of our alumni in the audience is especially significant to us, for it reflects how meaningful your Horace Mann education remains to each of you. Alums, please do me the honor of standing for a special moment of recognition. Our alums in the audience, can I say? And now, a moment of thanks and praise for the driving force behind that education, the education of today's graduating class and of HM students to come, our faculty, of course. The knowledge and expertise you bring to the classroom as educators is matched by the care and devotion you bring to your students, guiding their research and independent study and advising their activities as mentors. With the faculty on my left and right, please stand as we salute you, your unique talents, and the journey to this day has been a noble one, even epic for some. This Horace Mann class includes graduates whose road began in different parts of the world, wended through different cultures, and was narrated in a variety of languages. Yet, despite originating from as many points of departure as there were students in this class, the path that brought each classmate to this tent today converged here. Over the 4 or 9 or 13 years they have been together at this school, on these grounds, and in our classrooms. Ultimately, it is this moment that binds these classmates and connects them all to Horace Mann now and in the future. This is your moment, graduates, and we thank you most of all, the members of the class of 2009, for making this day momentous. There is no sense in my trying to conceal my deep affection for your class. It is fueled by all that you have come to represent to Horace Mann School through the commitment you brought to your intellectual pursuits and the dedication you applied to the activities that ignited your imaginations, through the concern you have demonstrated towards the community and significantly towards one another, through your accomplishments in the classroom and lab, on the playing field and in the gym, in the studio and on the stage, and in the realm of service to others. And there was always the great, good sense of fun that you brought to our school. But, as I've expressed to members of the class on more than one occasion, my devotion to you stems from a place very personal as well. For my own path converged with yours when you entered the upper division as freshmen 4 years ago, and I came to Horace Mann for my first year as head of school. We arrived together on this side of campus and together learned the lyrics to the HM alma mater, singing words with increasing confidence and pride. Together we traveled to Dorr, mastered its physical challenges, and were enhanced by its emotional enrichment. Together we absorbed and practiced HM's core values, read great literary works, and listened to thought-provoking speakers. We cheered each other on at games and meets, assemblies and performances, and guided one another through individual and collective decisions, both imposing and minute. Today, I celebrate this moment of your graduation as deeply as I celebrate every class and milestone at Horace Mann. But I believe that bond uniquely connects my Horace Mann experience with yours, entitles me to reveal an even more personal aspect of my enthusiasm that has to do with my own arrival to this day. It is this, the purpose with which I determined to drive my destination coalesced for me when my path converged with yours, and I joined you on your journey. When we reflect on culminating moments, we become acutely aware of significant moments along the way. Some are profound and others are subtle. Not all arrive with the aha of recognition that endorses our direction. For members of this class, these moments were varied and many. There were tense moments when it fell to you to correctly answer the question to land your team a Knowledge Masters win, and moments of strength when you pushed beyond the limits of endurance to help your fellow runners or wrestlers to a title. There were moments in the laboratory when a breakthrough in your research propelled it on toward national recognition, and there was the product of combined effort, so evident in a publication like this year's Excellent Mannequin. There were moments of laughter, of music, and moments when the synchronized sound of 29 other pairs of tapping feet assured a dancer his steps were sure and true. There were mutual moments touched by the utter magic of the relationship between teacher and class, mentor and student. And finally, there were moments of silence when we absorbed with compassion the sadness one or another of us has unfortunately experienced during these years. It was a significant moment that brought me to this school and this class. A moment that occurred when I was 10 years older than the members of this class are now. I was working towards my doctorate while immersed in a career of mental health that I had long planned to pursue. As the director of a specialized children's hospital, it was my responsibility to help find a way out of neglect for some of the city's most endangered children. This was also where I felt I had the opportunity to make a contribution. For some time, this hands-on occupation did satisfy the idealistic demands I had placed upon myself until one midnight when I was called to Bellevue Hospital to administer on a case of horrific abuse. It was hardly the first such case I dealt with, but it was definitely the worst. Driving home at dawn after a night of processing and legal wrangling, I envisioned the mound of paperwork concerning this case that would greet me later that morning. Sure enough, on my desk was a massive file, like many others I'd seen before, documenting one failed attempt after another to rescue this child. What it documented instead was the fact that if someone along the way had taken more time to care, had the insight or inspiration, the resources, even the confidence to back up their concern, the suffering of this child and others like him could have been prevented. These files spoke only of excuses in a world that required